fed very well. So it's amazing to me the way that I would call it economic maybe, but I've been open to the sense in which there are all these subcultures doing this small scale living, and then we overlap with one another in ways that benefit the other for needs that we have outside of our little subculture. And it's an interesting way that seems to work. Now that doesn't work in certain parts of the city where, it's dominated by larger production and things like that, or a certain lifestyle. I think it tends to generate itself more around poor communities where we have to depend on one another. We all have this kind of little way of living that we've made work, and which is a combination of money economy, but also all the different kinds of things people talk about, homemaking and sharing, and all of those things combined, but it can never quite work as an ideal. I could make a theory about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it needs to work.
The different models of our Catholic worker history regarding especially the farm model that didn't seem to work very well. And
the puzzling piece for me, like for example the New York farm, where it just became really a holding tank for pretty mentally disabled and elderly, chronic elderly homeless sorts of folks. And so they weren't really, well, maybe Larry could speak more to that. They weren't really growing much at all, and they were just, because they were so overwhelmed by the needs, the critical needs of the people that came there that were the guests. When I think of our farm cooperative south of here, we're the closest probably, the New Catholic worker, and then the Dubuque houses. When we don't have the homeless people living out there with us. However, we do invite them out to help with different things and offer respite, like the hermitage and things for those who are struggling with staying just a little sober. So if we can get them out there to get them cleaned up. But there are so many things working against them. I'm constantly thinking, how can we create an environment for them where they can really flourish? And I haven't found it yet.
I think part of the thing that I'm realizing is that I think the weakness of the Catholic worker is that we don't have hospitality scale. We're talking about some of our small houses have refused to scale down their hospitality. We have this overwhelming, because we've kind of bought into that centralization of hospitality that we're doing, feeding 300 people out of a small house. Well, then at that level, yeah, we have most of the addicted folks right in our neighborhood, and we can't live to scale ourselves. And we bought into it by allowing the hospitality to overwhelm us. And we've gotten to have it recently, although we have 6 Christ rooms. When people call us to say, can someone stay there, like there's a church, we say, well, can they stay with you? Do you have a room in your church? Does your community have a Christ room that maybe some member of your church that has an extra room, and the rest of the community would support that family in hosting that home? Because if you bring them to the northeast of Kansas City, you just remove them. They're supposedly your friend or your relationship with this homeless person. You're going to drive them 45 miles north and take them out of the support they had, and then now we have one more person to care for when we have plenty.
Exactly. When I met Dorothy Day, I sat down with her and I said, give me one piece of advice I need to know. And she said, keep it small, keep it simple, and do not overcrowd your house. Don't put people on the couch, don't put people on the floor. Keep it very family-oriented.
So I think that's where we fall short and where we could work on it, making our hospitality more scale.